What's up, Jeeple? Today we'll be replacing the speedometer gear inside of my Jeep Cherokee so that we can get the speedometer corrected for our larger tires. Need for this is the O-ring, which I don't have anymore, the speedometer gear, and a 14mm wrench. My bad, a 13mm wrench. Okay, let's go get into it. Now we're underneath the Jeep at the back of the transfer case. This is our speed sensor. So you're going to take your 13mm and loosen this bolt. Bolt out. You take a plug off the top. And you can take this little alignment fork out. And you can grab a hold of your sensor and kind of wiggle it and pull straight up. Be careful not to crack it. It should come out. I don't have one on here currently. I'll show you why. So the reason I don't have one on there is here's my old one. It's pretty chewed up. That's because I did this before and I didn't clock that sensor in there. So what that means is that this sensor, you can see where the gear's supposed to go there, is off-centered. So whenever you turn it, it gets closer or farther away from the worm gear inside of your transfer case. If you have it too close, you're gonna just chew it all up like that. I'd assume the same's true for too far. You're just not gonna chew it up as bad, but broke's broke. So to get the new gear in there, it's pretty simple. You take it and you just push it in. Now your gear's in the sensor. To clock this sensor right, you can see there's numbers all around the thing. That correlates to how many tooth are on your gear. This one's a 32. So we're going to look for 32 on here. So this setting is 32 to 38 teeth gear. So the way that we get this set in there right is you take this bracket, and right there where it says 32 to 38, there's a notch. You want the lower one of these forks on that notch. Just like that. Those notches. So you want this in there like that. Whenever you pop it down into the transfer case, this bolt hole and the strap will line up with the bolt hole on the transfer case whenever you bolt it down. And this will be sitting in there, something like that. I'll go show you. Okay, so here's my sensor. We still have the lower of the tangs on the fork set to 32. Kind of hold that on there. Get this set up in there. Well, the tang's off. That doesn't matter so much right now. I'm going to push this down in. It might not be the whole way in, but whenever we put that fork back on, it'll go down in. Now I have our 32 to 38 sitting down lower, sort of pointing towards the ground. So we want to take this fork and make sure we get it into the 32, 38 hole. And we can kind of push down and twist this thing back and forth. And we want to twist it so that both the bolt holes line up. They're both lined up now. And we're just going to put our bolt in. I just need to grab our 13mm and tighten this strap down. It doesn't need to be super tight, but I don't know if you can see as we're doing this, it is drawing the sensor down into the housing, which is what we want. Be careful not to snap the bolt, because the job's almost done. You know, it's always the last bolt that snaps, even though there's only one bolt in this job. Alright, that's tight enough. You can see it's properly installed. Now it's just time to plug it back in. And there you go. It's now installed and you're ready to rip.